guys, and welcome back to my beauty channel. My name's Emma, and today we are doing a degloved finger, complete with the glove, the finger basically. So what you're going to need is some scar wax and a reference picture of a skeleton. It's always good to look at reference pictures so it's more anatomically correct. Makes it look more realistic at the end. So get some scar wax, and we're only doing the last two bones in the finger because the degloved part is going to be from the knuckle. And if you can already tell, I have a cold again, so there we go. So I do apologise if I sound very weird trying to explain how to do this tutorial. So yeah, get your scar wax. You'd be better off getting the Ben Nye's bone coloured scar wax, then you don't have to paint it after. This is just a flesh tone marron wax I use. It's pretty good for keeping its shape, so that's one good thing about this wax, but I did have to paint it white after. So yeah, get shaping those two bones. And this look is inspired by Powder FX. He's on YouTube and Instagram. Absolutely awesome special effects. I can't even tell that it is makeup when he does these crazy looks, so do go check him out. So do carry on measuring it up, shaping it up, just so that you're getting it to the right shape and thickness and length to what your finger would be. And it doesn't matter that it's got all that little dents in it and ridges. It's supposed to be like a mangled bone, so it's gonna have texture and it's been ripped up, so don't worry about that. So here's a finger I made a while back, and I do have a tutorial on how to make a gelatin finger and the mould, which I will link in now. What I'm going to do is basically make some more gelatin mould, but this time instead of doing a solid finger, I'm actually going to put the bone inside it so that it picks up the shape, and you can basically slot it back onto the bone once you've finished with the look, so you have that big reveal of removing the skin from the bone. Put it in a little cup. Put the bone into the gelatin, and I've popped it into the freezer for a few minutes, about 15 minutes. And now I'm just gently removing the gelatin from the mould. So very gently peeling back the skin from the bone so that you can attach the bone to your finger and start sculpting the degloved onto your finger. And you want to make a snip into the a cut into the back and cut it off at the knuckle. And sorry if you can hear any crazy clicking in the background, my husband is playing the Xbox GTA 5. And speaking of games, I cannot wait till the new Hitman comes out. I am definitely buying that. I am obsessed with Hitman. Anyway, back to the finger. We want to paint the finger now. And I'm just using the Flash palette and the coral colour, and just lightly brushing that all over the finger just to give it some warmth. I could have done a hell of a lot better with the actual painting of the finger, but it came out okay at the end. Probably if I spent more time on it with the alcohol paints and just playing around with colours, then maybe it would have been more realistic at the end, but it came out okay, so yeah. So yeah, I'm just mixing the coral, putting a little bit of red around the cuticle area and a tiny little bit of blue onto the nail, and just mixing that round. My nails have a slight blue tinge to them. So we'll just finish the finger once we pop that on. So you want to stick the bone to your knuckle now. Stick it however way you want to stick it to your hand, but I just stuck it to the knuckle. And I'm using the flash palette again and painting that bone white. Like I say, if you get the Ben Nye's bone scar wax, the white colour, be a lot better for you rather than having to paint the bone white. So yeah, I'm using the soft wax now from Snazzaroo, which is just plain white colour. Should have mixed this all up, to be honest, before I stuck the bone to my finger, but hey ho. So get the Snazzaroo wax and mix it with some red face paint, or I'm just using a little bit of the flash palette red just to make that fleshy, meaty look, and just pop that around the base of the bone and just smearing it in random places onto the bone. Clean up any excess that you've got with a baby wipe, and now getting some more Snazzaroo wax and popping some yellow into that and mixing it, and that's going to be the fat, and I just basically pop that towards the bottom of it because there's not a lot of fat in your fingers, so I'm just popping it in little places. So yeah, just using a spatula or a tool and making little indentations into the fat and meaty part just to give it a little bit of texture. And now using the Meron Scar Wax, you want to make little flappy parts to go around the base of the bone, so it looks like it's being like ripped and torn. And try and blend that into your finger as best you can, but like I said, the Meron Scar Wax is very hard to blend, so what I did is blend it best I can into my finger and then use the soft Snazzaroo wax to blend that wax into my finger. Hope you can follow what I mean. Use a bit of Vaseline, like I've just done there, to smooth everything out. So now moving on to alcohol activated paints. This is the Mr. Dashboard palette, the Ultimate SFX palette I believe this one is I'm using. Just going between 4 different colours, the dark reds, brown, purples and beige, and I'm mixing them all together on my hand to try and blend that in. Do dab away any excess with a baby wipe. And do keep building up the colours until you are happy with it. So when you're happy with that colour, get some darker colours and go into the crooks and crannies, just making it look more deep set, the wounds. Now using a tool, I'm just going to open up that wound a bit more and drag it down because I want it looking like it's been through a very bad like rip. So I'm again using the dark colours and I'm switching to the Resurrected palette from Mr. Dashboard. I love these palettes, they're really good. They're a dupe for the Skin Illustrator, and these are only like £38, which is really cool. So yeah, I'm popping some more red to make it look a bit more irritated in the areas where it's been ripped and mangled. And again, you want to pop dark colours in the centre of any deep set wounds. Quickly switching back to the other palette with the red, just to make it a little bit more irritated around it. Now switching to the flash palette with the black, and all the deep parts of the cuts and rips you want to pop that in the centre of. Bit of red as well. And now the fun stuff, the blood. So switching to Ben Nye's Scab Blood and popping that all in the centre, and make sure you get all the chunky parts just left on the bone, and you can just be as creative as you want with this part. There's no right or wrong of how to do it. I'm just basically popping all the main bits of blood into the centre of the wounds and dabbing blood around it basically. If you got any excess, do clean it up with a baby wipe, because you don't want to cover everything up that you've just done with blood. But I do wish I did add a little bit more blood at the end, but hey ho. So now you want to pop the finger that you've just made onto the bone, make sure it fits nicely, and I did pop my nail onto the end of that finger with a little bit of Snazaroo wax. And now you want to just paint around the bottom of the finger so it looks all bloody and inflamed and red. So I'm just basically switching between the two palettes again, just splattering a little bit of colour onto the finger, and then using the Ben Nye scab blood, should I say, and popping that all around it and mixing it with a bit more blood. So yeah, that's pretty much the final look, guys, and I hope you all like it. So here you go, this is the final look. It's not perfect by any means, but I hope you all like it. I will be doing some more special effects in future. I've got some iZombie looks and scalp look, all different things like that I'm going to be doing. So do click like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. So take care, bye.